Well, hello there, Cryptowisers. It's your good friend Milton here with another video for you. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you another Solana airdrop that has to be on your radar. This one could be huge. And it doesn't really cost anything to participate. So I just wanted to let you know that it's definitely something that I am pursuing and participating in pretty heavily. So if you've been watching the channel for the last couple of weeks or months, you might have watched a video of mine that I published 3 months ago now. That's amazing. Wow. That was 3 months ago. This one here, easy 100x altcoin airdrop. So this really was the easiest airdrop that you could participate in, and it's going. So that one is for a project called Get Grass. Basically, the gist of it is you download the Chrome extension for Get Grass, you connect it whenever you want, and when it's connected, you're basically letting Get Grass utilize any bandwidth from your internet that you're not using. Doesn't cost a cent to do it. I've been collecting points for months now. A lot of people have, but it's ongoing. They haven't done the airdrop yet. A lot of people are upset about that. Not me, because I'm like, well, every day I'm just getting more and more points. Where, sure, some other people are doing that too, but you know, with these things that people will drop off, forget about it, not connect, lose interest. And then you never know, 6 months from now, they do their airdrop and it could be very lucrative. So I really think that in a bull run, certain airdrops can be really, really lucrative for you. I found that in the last bull run, which really wasn't about airdrops, but certainly by qualifying for a few of the airdrops that were around in the last bull run, it definitely added to my profits in that bull run. And this time around, I think it could be even more profitable. We've already seen that with a bunch of airdrops. But the one I'm going to tell you about today, in terms of a risk reward, I think it's a no-brainer in the way that I thought that about Get Grass. Now, if you haven't done the Get Grass, you haven't watched that video, I suggest you watch that video and sign up for Get Grass. Again, it does not cost you a cent, but you do need a referral link to be able to join, an invitation link. So, of course, I have included my referral link in the description of this video and would definitely appreciate it if you use that link because, of course, if you use my link, then I get a few extra Get Grass points along the way. All right, before I go into today's project and the airdrop that I think needs to be on your radar, do me a favor, please. Would you smash that like button? And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing as many videos as I can, guys. I'm pretty busy. I've got a lot on the go, but I really love chatting crypto with you guys. Crypto's my favorite thing. So before I talk about this airdrop, I got to mention, guys, the ETH ETF has been passed. I'm actually pretty surprised that it happened this quickly. Like the Bitcoin ETF, I think this just brings so much buying pressure into Ethereum that was not there before. I think this is going to just grow and grow and grow over the next few months. We know that at some point they're going to be cutting the interest rates. Really, everything is there for a hyper rally, huge bull run this time around. So fingers crossed. Now that the ETH ETF is approved, people are already talking, what about Solana? Is Solana going to be the next ETF? Now, in my opinion, no, not for a very long time. I don't see any other crypto ETFs coming in this cycle, really. Now, the thing is, ETH has been around for much, much longer than any of these other alts. So there's that. It had been deemed a commodity already, even though the SEC was trying to go back on that and saying maybe it was a security. But in terms of that argument, really, that was a losing battle for them. And also there is the futures ETF for Ethereum, and that's the big thing. So they passed the futures ETF for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, but then they were denying the spot ETFs. And really, that's what propelled them to have to say yes to the spot ETFs, is basically they were taken to court and the argument was, well, you already approved these future ETFs. You have to basically approve this spot ETF. It's basically the same product. And so that's what they've had to do. But because there's no other futures ETFs that have been approved for any other crypto, they don't have that pressure with any other crypto. Now, unfortunately, I think that Polkadot, from a tech perspective, a decentralization perspective, we did hear that Polkadot had been working with the SEC for years to basically say they had gone from being a security now to a technology. A lot of people in the industry think that the SEC basically gave them the nod, the like, okay, yes, you have done that, we agree, but there's just no demand for a DOT ETF right now. DOTs just doesn't have the network effect or the popularity for any sort of demand for that. Solana has the network effect and the popularity, but it's deemed a security from the SEC 100%, because in every lawsuit against Coinbase and everyone else, Binance and everything, they always name Solana as one of the registered securities. And we know that Solana is still pretty centralized. So I don't see an ETF coming for Solana anytime soon. That said, I do still think that Solana is going to be the big winner of this bull run. Now, from a price increase, do I think that? Maybe not, because the price has already done really, really well. But I think Solana is going to be the dominant network for especially retail consumers who are coming into crypto for the first time. And we're already seeing that. I mean, every metric, Solana is just killing it. And we do see that in the top App Store apps, under the utilities category, we can see that the Phantom wallet, which is the number one wallet for Solana, is number 3 in all utility apps on Apple in the Apple Store. It's ahead of Google Authenticator and Microsoft Edge AI browser. So clearly people who are coming into crypto now, they're going straight to Solana. So I do think Solana is going to be the big winner still this bull market. And so the ecosystem cannot be ignored, and we got to really pay attention. So anytime we can get some access to some potential free tokens in some of the big projects that are building on Solana, we got to take advantage of that, in my opinion. So GetGrass, like I said, that's one. And the one I want to talk about today is called Sanctum. So some of you might have already heard about Sanctum and have been participating in this one. They launched this platform, their Wonderland platform, and I'll walk you through it in a couple of minutes. A couple of weeks ago now, but it's still early days for Sanctum. So definitely still worth participating in my opinion, to gain points. They did just recently have a Spaces on X where they talked about the tokenomics. They basically confirmed that they will be doing a token, and they're going to be giving 40% of their token to the community. Now, you got to think a large part of that will be through just an airdrop. That's basically what they were saying. Now, will that all happen in the first airdrop? I doubt it. People have been tiering these airdrops lately. So even if you say start now collecting points and you're like, well, other people are ahead of me, don't think that way, because there are going to be multiple airdrops for a lot of these projects. And Sanctum, if they're giving 40% of the token away to the community, I imagine they're going to have multiple airdrops. Okay, so what is Sanctum and why should you pay attention to it? Essentially, Sanctum is trying to create an infinite LST future. An LST is a liquid staking token, and in this case, it's a Solana token. So if you're new to crypto, basically Solana is a proof of stake blockchain, meaning that you can stake, but the way that they secure the system is people stake their Solana with validators and they get rewarded for staking those tokens. But what people came out with a couple of years ago was this idea of, well, then you have all these tokens that are locked up and people can't do anything with them, these staked tokens. So they created what they called liquid staked tokens, where essentially you get all the rewards of Solana as if you're staking, but you can use that liquid token in DeFi, you can trade it, so you're not really locked in, because when you stake a token, there's usually an unlock period. With Solana, it's up to 7 days. But obviously, in an ideal world, it'd be great to get those staking token rewards without having to have the lockup, and that's what LSTs allow you. Now, there have been a couple really big ones on Solana. As we can see here from DeFi Llama, the number one project in terms of TVL in all of Solana is Jito. So Jito has been the big liquid staking option for people in Solana so far. They have almost $2 billion of Solana locked up in Jito. So obviously they are the big player in the game, but then a few other people came on board. Marinade came out with theirs, was a big one. And just recently, Jupiter came out with one. So there's just Jupsol. So there's been a few of them. And now the competition is starting to get there. But what Sanctum's saying is, well, really, we don't need to only have 1 or 2 or 3 of these things. You can essentially have an infinite amount of these liquid staking tokens, and each of them can actually be customized to do something particular and different. And we could have all sorts of unique LSTs, almost like we have NFTs. So that's what they're really building here. So let's go into their app here and have a look. So this is the Sanctum Wonderland. Well, actually, technically, this is the Sanctum Wonderland, and I'll walk you through that. But here is, they also allow you to trade Solana for any of the LSTs that they support. And there are a lot of them already. And this is just only a couple of weeks old, and more have been popping up every day. Now, they also have their product, which is Infinity. So Infinity is an LST, but it's kind of like a mutual fund of LSTs, if you could say that. It's like a basket of a bunch of LSTs that they put together and basically average out the rewards. And that's their own personal product from Sanctum. That's their LST. So the cool thing that just came out recently is that, yes, they on Sanctum, they have this trading option here, but, and this is huge, Jupiter Exchange, which we all know is a huge, huge exchange on Solana, which coincidentally did a recent airdrop themselves, but they've incorporated Sanctum into Jupiter. So Sanctum Infinity is now integrated into Jupiter routing. Sanctum's INF is a basket of LSTs, so that's what I was saying, that's their Infinity product, used to provide liquidity between various LSTs to bootstrap the infinite LST world and earn trading fees without giving up on staking yields. Now Sanctum Infinity is integrated into Jupiter routing. Swapping from one LST to another on AG now taps into Infinity's liquidity, providing better rates for swaps and increasing the trading fees for INF. So this is huge. I mean, Sanctum is already integrated in Solana. Solana is using their Infinity pool here to be able to do swaps for all these LSTs. So that is very cool. And obviously just the fact that they're working together so closely like that with one of the big major players in Solana just goes to kind of reinforce how legitimate this project is. So let's quickly walk through Wonderland here. Let's get to the fun part, which is the airdrop. I know you guys are probably like, Milton. All right, just tell us, how do we participate in this airdrop? All right. So essentially, they've kind of gamified this LST world for us. And Sanctum Wonderland Season 1 is out. Essentially, all you do is you come here, you connect your Phantom wallet or whatever Solana wallet you want to use. Let's see what they... Oh, you got to use Phantom, I guess. So you can connect your Phantom wallet here, and all you have to do is hold a certain amount of these LSTs in your wallet. So there are more than 18 of these LSTs, but to qualify for the airdrop right now to gain points, so up here, I'm not connected here, but this would show you how many points you have in Season 1. You would click here. So the points are called EXP. And then you would see here the amount of points and where you rank. And then cupcakes you get if you refer people. So you can also gain points for referrals. And of course, I'll have my referral link in the description of this video. And I really hope that you'll support me if you want to use Sanctum and start doing the airdrop there. Hopefully you'll use my referral link. I would very much appreciate that, of course. But here you go. So out of these 18, if you own at least 0.1 of any of these LSTs, you start gaining points. Now, I've bought all 18 of them. So all I did was get at least 0.1 of each of these 18. And then some that I trust more than others, or that I know about more than others, I hold some even more in my wallet than the minimum. But I don't think it hurts to get at least the minimum of all these 18 here that qualify. So the Ski, Clocky, Compy, Drifty, Heli, Hubie, Infinite, that's theirs. Juicy, Jupiter, Laney, on and on. So these are the 18 that qualify right now. I'm sure they'll be adding some probably for Season 2, I would imagine. Now, these little guys, don't get confused. These little guys are not NFTs. They've just kind of They look like NFTs, but they basically just drew a little picture to represent each of these. Now, you will maybe recognize some of them, like Bonksky is the Bonk Soul. So Bonk, the biggest meme coin on Solana, they do their own LST. That's the Bonk Soul. And then you got Jupiter, which is the Jup Soul. So I had actually already got myself some Jup because I use Jupiter so much. And when they came out with their LST, obviously I trust the team at Jupiter. So I was like, okay, well, I'll put some of my liquid stake Soul into Jup Soul. So I actually already owned some Jup Soul before this even started. But anyway, there's 18 of them. So those are the ones that qualify. They call them the Sanctum Pets, but again, they're not NFTs or anything. All you do, and you don't have to put your LSTs on this platform, lock them up, or do anything. You just have to hold them in your wallet. That's all. And then they're going even further and giving quests. So right now, there are 4 different quests that have been going on that give you kind of different ways of getting more points. Every week they're coming out with other ones. And they're also basically doing different multipliers for these 18. So every once in a while, say for 24 hours, if you hold, say, Juicy Soul, for example, you might get 2x the points or something. So if you're really into this airdrops stuff and really following along and want to get max points, then just make sure that you're following them over on X. And they always kind of announce how to get extra points through the X, through holding the different LSTs. So the other thing I wanted to just touch on, because this was something they came out with just a couple of days ago, is this idea of customizing these LSTs and why they might become really popular and have different use cases. So actually, Dog with Hat came out with one. And Sanctum talked about it on their X profile here. Nothing excites us more than LSTs that unlock new use cases. Ever wanted to get more exposure to a meme coin, but still holds your soul exposure? So we've partnered with the WIF team to launch WIF Soul, the first LST that allows you to DCA into WIF by staking Soul. So WIF Soul is a Solana-based Soul liquid staking token. Unlike other LSTs, WIF Soul automatically swaps Soul rewards for WIF every Solana epoch. So basically, by holding WIF Soul, it's selling your Soul rewards that you get for staking and buying WIF with it. So you're basically DCAing into WIF just by holding this token. You don't have to do that on your own. So if someone wants to DCA into WIF, all you got to do is hold this token. Now, the reason why I wanted to really bring this to your attention is that most of us hold Solana already. Most of us, if we hold Solana, are staking it. Most people who were doing staking the old way have at least migrated some of that into liquid staking, whether it be Jito or whatever. So if you want to make that Solana work for you, not only by getting staking rewards, but also qualifying for the Sanctum Airdrop, that is how you do it. And this is a big one, guys. You have people like Bankless write a whole article on Sanctum here on their blog. Masari was talking about them. Basically, everyone is starting to talk about them. This is a very big project within Sol, and they've confirmed that they're going to be giving 40% of their token to the community. So definitely an airdrop to have on your radar. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and that it was useful for you with some useful information. Again, I'm going to have my referral links for both GetGrass and Sanctum in the description of this video. I would much appreciate it if you guys are going to use those platforms to use my referral link. That would be awesome. And of course, smash the like on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll be back with some more crypto content as soon as possible. All right, guys, as always, I'm Milton. Until next time, over and out.